Watch. So we just send Drew up to Canada. People like Drew that think that we're just sucking it up down here. And Drew, man, you guys will have a good little socialistic life up there, and you'll pay 80% of your earnings in taxes.
I just hope nothing happens to Drew because he doesn't have any way to protect himself with a gun.
It doesn't matter. He'll have the state protect him. The state will protect him.
Yeah, why do I want to get that close to somebody who obviously has a mission to come in and do harm to me?
Exactly.
Why would I want to be fist to fist or within an arm's length of something if I can protect myself in a different way?
The Republicans and the NRA, they're doing a horrible job in telling people why you should have the right to have a gun. They just sit on their hands. They're like, if there's a shooting, they just sit on their hands instead of proactively saying, look, idiots. Mm-hmm. The reason that the handguns and rifles are important is it's for protection, not just shooting deer in the woods. It's for American citizens to bear arms to protect their said families.
Exactly.
That's why it's important. Mm-hmm. It's not for 18-year-old kids to go run around the streets of New York and shoot up the place. Mm-hmm. That's why there needs to be some discussion about how to fix certain problems. Right. But if you talk to John Parker, and it's a process. No,
so if I hand
it is a process.
So if I hand over my gun, is the government giving me anything? What are they going to give me back in reserve?
Any guarantees?
Well, I mean,
there's none.
They're going to give out these, different, like we talked about earlier, the crack pipes, those like boxes of things to help those people. Okay, so if you're taking away what I'm comfortable with as protecting myself, what other option are you going to give me to protect myself? That's what I want to know.
There's none.
Because it should be their responsibility.
Here's the deal. Until they come up with a solution, there are no solutions. It's really the United States of America is built a little different. It was built on do whatever you want. We're just here to fix the potholes. We're here to make sure that that if China or Russia or anyone else tries to come into this place, we got you. Don't worry about that. We have a military that is unbeatable. Don't worry about that. That's why you pay your taxes. Or infrastructure, like highways. We're going to make highways. And your kids, we're going to guarantee you that if they're not number one in the world as far as their education, we're going to work our asses off every day to make that happen. That's how the government's mentality should be. It's exactly the opposite right now. It's exactly the opposite of that right now. And for me to get upset on this air because of John Parker's and the circuit attorneys and the mayors of St. Louis, there's a reason for that. These problems are fixable. Inflation is fixable, but you need good leadership. Okay? I think, and the more I think about this, the more I think I'm right. If you want a liberal society, we have a border. It's called Canada. They are very open to that all of a sudden. They're very open to that. Why don't you just move your asses up to Canada?
Well, there's American pride, right?
What do you mean American pride?
I mean, just because you're liberal doesn't mean that.
No,
that
I think
people aren't leaving.
They're not.
I mean,
and I don't want everyone to leave either.
Yeah, we've had so many celebrities say, "Oh, if this person gets elected," or
I didn't say they're leaving now.
Or,
I'm saying that if you really want that socialistic lifestyle, you got to start figuring these problems out because you're not going to change Texas's mind.
You could open
Montana's not going to change their mind.
Right.
Florida seems to be doing pretty damn well, not being socialist.
Right.
Missouri's not doing half bad, depending on where you live in this place.
You could open up opportunity to just pay up more on your taxes, right? Why don't we just do that?
You can
volunteer.
Taxes are voluntary funds with a form.
Hey, when we come back, we have a special. We're trying to see if we can make sure we can show you this video. There was a middle school girl yesterday at Wentzville Middle that had a tray of food, yucky stuff, liquids thrown on her head. And then she was beaten from behind. It was all caught on camera. The father of that girl is going to call us in because they're looking for some help now.
Good.
Yeah, it just happened right now. That's how this should go. So I'll talk to you as soon as we have a break. Don't go anywhere. Just come back. Wait till you hear this story and maybe even see this video. It is The Edge. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Krista Cooper, and Vic Faust for Fox 2. We'll be back with more right after this.
Live or anytime on demand. Details at ViperRocks.com or on Facebook. look. Do you want the best for your car? Then fill up with premium at Circle K. Circle K Premium is our best fuel with double the cleaning detergent, protecting your engine from corrosion and damage so it can work at its best. And that, my friend, increases your mileage for more cha-ching in your pocket. Plus, when you fill up with premium at Circle K, you can save up to 20 cents per gallon. Offer valid Thursdays or Fridays at participating stores. For details, visit CircleK.com. Circle K. How convenient.
Come on down to St. Louis Hemp Company in St. Peters, where you can get all of your CBD needs, as well as many other euphoric cannabinoid-based products. From topicals to edibles and drinks, St. Louis Hemp Company has what you need, and new products are coming in all the time. You can get your medical marijuana card in store. Come on in to St. Louis Hemp Company, just off I-70 at Salt Lake Road by Deerbergs, and get your hemp together. Check out St. Louis Hemp Company on Facebook for more info and map.
Hey, you! Ever wanted to learn a language like French or Spanish or even Norwegian, but thought it'd be too difficult or time-consuming? Then try Babbel. Quick 10-minute lessons.
Siesta.
Bambola. Games, podcasts, even live online classes with a real teacher.
Hola, clase.
In no time, chatting about real-life topics will feel, well, effortless. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Every 40 seconds, someone in the United States has a stroke. Strokes are the leading cause of death and serious disability nationwide and around the world, but it doesn't have to be. Knowing the signs and symptoms of a stroke and taking quick action by calling 911 to get to a hospital like Barnes Jewish St. Peter's or Progress West for fast, accurate treatments is critical. Learn more about strokes and see if you're at risk by visiting bjc.org/stroke. That's bjc.org/stroke.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials, a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $700 on average, and those savings add up. Imagine what you could buy in the future.
The graphics are so real on this video game console I bought with the savings from switching to Progressive 10 years ago. I can't tell what's real and what's the game, which I think is what people want. You know, in the future, which it is currently.
So switch to Progressive and save big, because those savings can add up in the future. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National annual average insurance savings by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive in 2020. Potential savings will vary.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were yelling at another car while driving, let me say it again.
You need to calm down. Yelling is just making everyone as stressed out as you are and letting them all know that you definitely aren't trying to save with Progressive Snapshot.
And if you did hear it the first time because you weren't yelling at another car, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
Imagine not having a place to call home, spending the night in a tent under a bridge, or sleeping in your car. More than 400 people, including children, are literally living on the streets in St. Charles, Lincoln, and Warren counties today. $100 can make a huge impact on a family facing homelessness. You can be part of an exciting opportunity at the Care Service to help raise funds to provide affordable housing in our area. Please donate to our Making Room Housing campaign at jacares.org by June 30th.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FALL.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is The Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Appreciate you staying with us. Happy June 1st. The time is 9:32. Eric Johnson's here. Chris Knight, Chris Cooper. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Appreciate everybody jumping in and joining us today. Chris, I think you're still working on it, right?
We're trying.
Okay. We got on the phone with this Paul Tripp. He's a father of a Wentzville middle school student. Paul, we're going to try to show some video here in a second so that people understand the complexity. We asked you to call in. We didn't think there'd be issues with video, so we're trying to figure that out right now. We got you on the phone. What happened specifically to your daughter at Wentzville Middle yesterday as we try to work to get this video up?
As she was sitting trying to have her lunch, a girl came up behind her with a boy that seemed to be protecting her and dumped chocolate milk on her head and then walked away. And 15, 20 seconds later, she came back and commenced to hitting my daughter in the back of the head. When she was defenseless, she had her back turned, and she just continuously hit her in the back of the head while a teacher stood next to them and was standing next to them when the chocolate milk was dumped on her head. Did nothing until the officer that was on the other side of the cafeteria, he rushed to the scene, and the teacher got there the same time he did, and he was standing right next to him, or right next to the event. It was just horrible.
Is this the first time that something has happened with your daughter? And then, of course, just to be fair, I reached out to Wentzville Middle this morning to get their perspective. They were aware of this, and you tell me they are aware of it. Where does that whole situation stand?
Well, they said, I asked them what they were going to do about the situation. They said they couldn't discuss that with me. My daughter asked them if the girl was going to be expelled, and they said no, the maximum they usually have is the 4-day out-of-school suspension.
When does school end?
In 2 days.
In 2 days.
Tomorrow, I think.
So that would have to continue into next year.
Yeah, I guess. We pressed charges, so we'll see where that goes. But no, this has happened just about 2 weeks ago. My daughter accidentally stepped on a girl's shoe, and she just started punching her for doing so when she was going to class, and the girl chased her down the hallway, hitting her. And because of the light punishment, she was scared to come forward. Yes. And then 2 hours later, a teacher asked her what was wrong because she could clearly tell something had happened. When my daughter told her what happened, she said, "Oh, well, that was 2 hours ago. You should have reported it then. There's nothing that we can do about it." So I went up there and spoke with the counselor, and
we're
he
showing
basically
video.
said the same thing.
Chris, we'll have to rewind that a little bit. You can't. That was the beginning of it.
Okay, man, that's clean.
We're showing video of what's going on. We got the aftermath. We missed the tray being dumped on her, but here comes the worst part. So it's just it's crazy to see what's going on at that school.
Oh my God.
And from the comments from all the other kids and parents and my daughter, this type of stuff is a regular occurrence. There was a huge fight 2 weeks ago up there. outside that involved multiple kids and teachers.
Looks like a prison. Looks like a
Yeah.
prison riot.
Right.
Exactly what it looks like. This is Wentzville Middle School, and I guess that fights happen all the time in the history of going to school. But what the real problem is here, there was no one there to really protect her. There was a cop that finally came in.
How did
it
you
looked
get the
like.
video to provide that with us?
There was children that were taking video, and the school confiscated the video or confiscated their phones at first, trying to keep the video from circulating. But
Chris, is there any way to show that
already
again, or is that
circulating.
you can't do it? Okay. We'll try to get that and put it back up.
And how is your daughter?
She's all right. We took her to urgent care. She's got bruising in her neck.
Oh, my
and
God.
They said she'd probably have a headache for the next few days.
Or a concussion.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they
Concussion,
said that
whiplash.
we just have to keep an eye on her, and she's staying strong, and she's.
Let me ask you this: What is
definitely
the
feeling all the love?
What was the sense of urgency, in your opinion, when you were talking to the school when you called in and said, there's a lawsuit about to happen? I'm sure that's what you said. There's a lawsuit about to happen. What are you planning on doing? What was the sense of urgency that you took away from the administrators that maybe you talked to?
They really didn't seem too concerned. More like it was an everyday thing. The officer, he showed real interest. He was really helpful, and he was the one that rushed from across the cafeteria to help her, while everyone else just stood and watched. So I don't feel like they're really any concerned, because they swept the last thing that happened under the rug, and they seem to sweep a lot of stuff under the rug that I'm gathering from a lot of other parents that are in the Wentzville School District.
That's what our Facebook line is saying as well. that
Just
it's
to be
been bad a
fair, we did
while.
reach out to Wentzville School District to have their perspective heard as well, to be fair. So when we hear
Yeah.
back from them, we'll tell you what they say as well.
And maybe they're doing it. Maybe there's a process, quote unquote, that they have to go through before they can release information. But I think that
Because there's
suspension,
always a process, as I was explaining to you earlier.
You're right, Vic, and it gets in the way of a lot of stuff. It seems like I don't want to say expel. That seems like it might be a little, but it definitely a suspension. You're done for 10 days. You're out of here, just to cool the situation down. And then are you going to put this through the legal system, or are you not interested in that at all?
No, they press
charges. I mean, we've pressed charges because, there was it was just way too violent, and the way the school doesn't do anything about it ever, we feel like that's what we need to do to get the school to start taking this stuff seriously, because there's just so much that has been happening at the school, and the school does nothing about it.
And to be honest with you, being punched in the back of the head is like the most dangerous thing that you can actually do. It's
Yes.
the worst thing. That's why they stop boxing matches, is when you start to get hit in the back of the head.
In MMA, you can't do that.
Exactly right. So
I
that
mean, those guys are the toughest around, right? Probably next to those hockey players, and it's not allowed in the MMA. So, assault charges, definitely. I would think that that's called for.
Melanie providing some education. They can't comment right now due to the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act.
Okay, that makes sense. But at least hopefully this gets resolved. Here's where it needs to get resolved. Again, I'm not saying that we didn't do this in high school. When I was in high school, there were always fights, but it did seem like back then there were massive consequences. If you got in a fight, knock yourself out. But I'll tell you what, you will be in a dank room for the next 20 days by yourself, or you'll be expelled. I do remember that. And it seems like the play here is like, you can't blame the school for fights happening, but you certainly can blame them if nothing gets done about it.
I have a question for you, Paul. Talking to Paul Tripp, he had told us what happened to his daughter, provided video. We talked about your daughter physically, but how is she doing emotionally with something like this?
She's trying to stay strong, but it's definitely, you can tell, like, it's definitely bothering her, and she's had a friend message her and say she doesn't want to be friends with her anymore because pressing charges on the other girl is going to cost the other girl everything. So it's a lot. Like, she's losing friends, and she's got a lot of support. So I don't know. I know it's really hard on her.
But that's that girl who threw punches responsibility to know that if you do that, you can risk losing everything.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry that happened to your daughter, sir.
Well, it's not something that did your daughter stay home today since school ends tomorrow?
No, because they have finals today and tomorrow, and we spoke to her, and she was willing to face it, and so she's got a phone to let me know if anything at all.
Are the other girls at
happens,
school today who did this?
Do what?
Are the other girls who were responsible for doing this to your daughter, are they at school?
No, the one that actually put their hands on her is not.
Okay.
She was made leave yesterday.
Okay.
Was she a known bully?
Yes, that's what the officer told me, that it seems every time there's an issue, she's involved.
Oh, wow.
I feel bad for
Yeah,
everybody
so maybe
involved.
we are at the expulsion, Eric. I mean, really.
Yeah, you don't know. I'm not trying to come down on Wentzville Middle School if they're doing the right thing. And you're right, you can't comment on something that's going on. But hopefully this gets resolved properly. That's all I'm saying. And so many times in these cases, we understand that the victims are these things don't get resolved. And this has to happen this time. So maybe middle school is doing it properly. We'll see. Vic will
I know the mayor reached out to me this morning, and
oh, wow.
I talked to him on the phone for about 10 minutes, and he invited us all to the town hall meeting on July 16th. He tried having it sooner, but there's a lot of board members that are going to be out of town due to, I guess, school getting out, and he had a lot of backlash for it, so he had to keep it on the 16th.
Why did he contact you? Had he heard about this or seen video?
Yes, he has the video.
Oh.
It was sent to him. And
Well, kudos to the mayor for reaching out to you unsolicited.
Yeah, I thought it was really good, and he supports everything, and he really wants to sit down and come up with alternatives for these schools to implement. It's just he can't force them to do anything.
The school boards can, though, right?
Yes,
Okay,
and
all
that's why he said we should all go to school board meetings and the town hall meetings.
Okay. Well, let's report back on that meeting and see what happens, because I think that a kid's safety. Look, this girl, your daughter, is going to be remembering this for a long time. I'm sorry, it's the truth. And safety and security in school, when you're trying to learn about literature and arithmetic, that's paramount. So that has to be the number one thing. And I think that the person that should be, if you do something like this, you're segregated from everybody else. You have to be. You can't trust that someone else, that she's going to do this ever again. That was vicious, man. That's like a part of her disposition. It's a part of her personality, it looks like. And until that can get addressed, you're just not getting back into classes with these people.
Right.
I mean, that's how I might handle this. I don't know. I don't know how they'll do it.
Well, we appreciate you calling in and wanted to bring this to light and providing all the information you did. If anything else happens, keep us posted. And of course, we just hope and pray the best for your daughter who's gone through this too.
Yes.
We do appreciate it.
All right. Thanks again for calling in, Paul Tripp. We appreciate it. Have a good day. Yeah, it kind of blows your mind, huh?
It does.
Gosh, I just think she was full on swinging.
Now, does this
sickens
happen
me.
all the time? It's just it's not always on camera.
That's what I'm wondering. Is it just like, did this happen? Like you said, when you were in high school,
I
and we just
saw it
didn't
a
have
lot.
videos of it?
I saw it a lot.
We've all
I've
seen
seen
stuff
some
happen.
fights off of school buses. And
It
guess,
happens now, and it did then. I mean, we're
Yeah.
old or older. I
It's
mean,
a middle school fight.
Yeah, it's a middle school fight.
It
You know,
is.
I mean,
It's a
people.
middle school fight. And you know what? The police were there.
Yeah.
I'm so
really
glad
fast.
they were.
He did a great job.
Yeah, really
That school
fast.
resource officer.
Yeah, that could have been bad if he didn't get in that fast. So see, that's like another thing why we should have them in there. If this stuff does happen like that all the time, it's not just these random guns.
I don't want to cap on Wentzville High School or the school district over there.
Yeah,
They
no,
might
this
be
isn't.
doing. They might be doing exactly the right thing. I'll tell you what. Seeing that cop come into frame, I was like, wow. They have a police officer that's watching the situation. That's okay. You're halfway home. Now it's just kind of, what's the policy of kids violently acting upon other kids? What's that policy? That's all I want to know.
So anyway, we'll keep you posted what they've done. But they did. Wentzville, the girls in that school. So there you go.
I wonder if she's allowed to take her finals.
I don't know.
John makes a good point. I won't say it. That stuff would have gotten handled back in the day. That's a good point. Yeah, it would have been.
To say there would be a food fight at the least.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do hear there's lots of things that do happen. I don't know if the video it would be like that, but I do still hear of that stuff happen. It's been there for a long time in schools, and it's especially middle school because it's such a hard age.
But I mean, I was afraid of my parents. I mean, that just doesn't happen anymore, does it? If I would have pulled something like that at school, I wouldn't have just been afraid of what happened at school. I would have been afraid to come home.
Yeah.
And I know my.
Well, but we don't know. We don't know that situation either.
Right.
You know, I mean, so
No, I'm
obviously
just saying
something's not right.
You shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? And I would think that if there were repeated consequences, you would quit it.
I always kind of get sickened, and I see these like videos of this kind of garbage going on in like in subways or in public. Man, put your phone down and help them. Don't film this thing. I mean, maybe it's a good thing because now it's on record. You take it to the court. Now you have a document. But man, at the same time, I'm like, put your phone down and go help the person that's being violated a little bit.
You would?
And I always get a little disgusted with other people that are like, look, I'm going to get up out of my chair. I'm going to help this girl. You know, I'm going to do some. That seems to be a thing that's going by the wayside a lot too. You know?
Yeah.
If I feel like if I would see that in public, I would go running across any room to help at least break it up.
Mm-hmm. Or in between the milk and the hitting, you would have seen her walking back. You would have hoped somebody would have stood up from that table.
Yeah.
And said, hey, you know, that was enough.
No, but they're kids.
I know.
They're kids. Very rarely do kids jump in.
Right. Well, I mean, in just general, do people usually
Especially
jump
when you'll
your
see.
buddies would, though. Wouldn't your buddies jump in?
I don't,
Mine
It didn't look like she had many buddies.
But those boys are different.
I know.
That's a girl on girl thing. That
It's a cat fight.
and it's well, that was more than a cat fight. That was. Well, Abby on the Facebook line says my 6th grader broke up a fight a few months ago at Fort or Francis House School District Middle School.
Yeah.
My
So-
brother broke up a fight in high school and he got sucker punched and had his nose broken.
Oh.
Yeah, for just trying to stop someone from picking on somebody else. So, you know, like maybe that's the risk people don't want to have happen.
I'm sorry.
They stand back.
We all have stories about our high school
But
experience. Every single one of us has a story. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but everything's videotaped now. I mean, or a lot of it can be, and that can be a good thing. It can be a bad thing, but in this case, it's a good thing. So
I'll
you
never forget
understand
the site
how severe it was.
I'll never forget the site picture of our tight end being locked in a locker.
That'd be a good one.
That was a bad one. Someone put the tight end in a locker and locked it up, and when they left, that's violent. That should never have happened.
No.
But we all have stories about stuff that's happened in high school, right? Haven't we? But like John Parker says, it usually when it's a guy on guy, it usually gets taken care of one way or
but
another.
there's some good comments. I mean, if you
You're
get
right, you're right.
involved, you all of a sudden become involved then.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hard part. You want to do the right thing. You know, you talk instead of videotaping things, if you're the guy in the subway and you see 3 guys beating up a woman or 3 guys or 4 guys beating up a guy, are you going to jump in? Easier said than done when you're there.
I mean, you have to gauge the situation. If you're on a subway,
Did you see the video from New York? Is that what you're referring
Yes.
to? Yeah. This woman
With the
being
ponytail?
tried to get away from another woman, pulls her down and is grabbing her hair, holding her, not letting her go. And the woman's crying, saying, help me, help me.
Yeah.
And everybody in the subway train is just sitting there looking at it while one person's videotaping.
yeah, it's kind of in the subway system.
This happened last week.
It's in the subway system. It's desensitized.
What are you going to do? Are you going to go up and approach? Here's the problem. If you're in that situation, it's a woman. And if you go up and try to get that woman to stop, then that woman starts hitting you. If you
Then
hit
it's
back,
game on.
well, no, it's not.
Why?
It could, if she starts hitting you and you're on video hitting a woman after she hits you, I'm just telling
Don't
you,
hit me.
I know, but I don't think it would be that cut and dry.
I hear what
it
you're
should be.
saying. But
It should be,
Yeah.
but
You know
wouldn't
what?
be.
If you want to run these trains in New York anymore, and this is the truth, if you want to run these trains in New York, this is how bad it is in New York City right now. You need to have
but this
at
just
least
doesn't happen in New York. This could happen anywhere.
Well, let's start in New York. Let's start in the subway train stations. You have to have at least a 240-pound security officer that has every weapon on the planet that can combat something like this. If there was a security guy on that thing with a cow taser, with a big one of those long poles, and that guy was doing that, at least it would have been resolved. They would have had him restrained, and they would have brought him
I
off
don't know
at the
why
next
they don't
station.
carry tasers anyway.
Well, I'm just saying, it seems like you're taking your life into your own hands. It's like playing craps. You have a percentage of the time you're going to be in a violent situation, in situations that weren't violent in the past, like riding the subway system. And I think that's what we have to start looking at. Unfortunately, you have to harden the schools. You do. Every door in a school now has to be locked after 8:05 when the first bell goes off. At the front of every school, you have to have an officer. At the front of every school, you need a metal detector, and you need to harden these places.
Right.
And it sucks. It just is horrible that we live in that society now. But it's the truth. And you know what? You play the hand that's dealt to you.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You do your best with it, but we appreciate him giving us a call. And, wish things were a lot easier, but now times they're not. We got to take a quick break. We'll come back with more Edge right after this. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Krista Cooper. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Back with more right after this.
The new abnormal.
This place is a nut house.
The Edge Morning Show.
When it comes to pellet grilling, the true heroes of the hopper savor the process as much as they savor the result. Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add bold, smoky wood flavor to any meal. No preservatives or artificial flavors. Kingsford hardwood pellets keep the temperature consistent for an even heat, so you can cook as low and slow as you want. Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets. Kingsford.com.
DQ presents. Picture this. You stand before the awe-inspiring new signature stack burger menu at DQ and your mouth wonders, where have you been all my life? That's 5 taste bud tempting cheeseburgers with 100% real seasoned beef. You peek at the loaded A1 stack burger with 2 premium sauces. Then the flamethrower stack burger with tongue-tingling jalapeno bacon. Then you realize moments like these are exactly why we have the DQ signature stack burger menu. DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
If you are having a bad day at work, I can help. Hi, this is Curtis Barks with Complete Auto Body and Repair. We just expanded to Cottleville and St. Peters and are looking for qualified automotive and auto body technicians that would want to work in a climate-controlled environment. That's right, we offer a fully climate-controlled, air-conditioned and heated facility in both Cottleville and St. Peters. Visit us at CompleteAB.com. If it's not perfect, it's not complete. Others can't compete with Complete Auto Body.
Dad, and service!
Oh yeah, and service.
He fixes cars!
My daughter used to be a shining star. I would tell her, there's nothing you can't do. Now, it's like living with a stranger. It happens so fast. Centerpoint Hospital, real help for addiction and hope for a bright future.
If a young person dear to you is facing substance use, the Changing Point at Centerpoint Hospital now offers adolescent treatment solutions with detox, 4-week residential, and outpatient treatment. The Changing Point for Adolescents at Centerpoint Hospital. Hope for a bright future.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care: glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Gerst Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444. dryoureyes.com.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion, first with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Jump in. We're saying goodbye. Eric wants to talk.
Let me talk to John Parker for a second. John, you know I love you, man. You are one of the most fashionable guys I've ever met in my life.
Oh, my God.
Here's what I want you to do. I don't care about what your website says. I want you to come back tomorrow, and I want you to tell me, A, St. Louis has a major problem with crime, and I want to know exactly what your administration would do to fix that.
To fix what?
To acknowledge crime and to fix crime.
Oh, my God.
I don't care about your damn process. I don't care. If you can wave your John Parker magic wand, I want to know tomorrow what you would do to fix crime.
See, that's the problem. There's no magic wand, Eric.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not.
Man, God.
No magic wand.
Do I need to run? I'm not playing.
Yeah,
I'm
you
about
are.
to run
Of
for
course you're
mayor.
playing.
You ain't
No,
gonna
you're
move
not.
to St.
Cristal will help me.
You're going to run for a drink. It's all good, though, Eric.
Today
It's
was
good.
fun. We had some serious topics, but I learned a little about Sammy Hagar and then
And Justin Trudeau.
yeah. Oh my gosh, they do look alike. Y'all should look it up if you didn't.
Yeah, I know. The first time that I came across it, I went, oh, my God.
It's uncanny.
And then there were the rumors of those families being tied together. And
I hope you're not talking about David Lee Roth. You're talking about Trudeau,
No.
right?
Yeah.
All right, good.
John Parker says Hooked on Phonics works for Eric.
Hey, man, I can't remember. That was a thing, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Hooked on Phonics.
Yes. It was,
Was that a reading thing?
yeah.
That was a reading thing?
I'm stopping myself from laughing. All right. Guys, have an awesome day.
What color tie?
What do you guys want me to wear? Oh, you know what? I'm going to do something blue tonight. Sorry. We're going to go blue. Something in the blue category. We'll surprise you with the blue.
Shanny's up next. Have a great day.
Bye.